a new series on the book of Revelation. Welcome to Bible on the Go with Dr. Dan. I'm excited about focusing on this last book of the Bible. You know, the Bible has 66 books, not 65. The book of Revelation is a real book written to real people on earth in the first century. We know the author. The author was John, the same John of Peter, James, and John. The same John that Jesus gave the instruction to from the cross when he said, "Woman, behold your son, and son, behold your mother." The same John who wrote the Gospel of John, and in John 20:31 gave his purpose. Many have undertaken to write things about Jesus. In summary, he said, but these are written that you may believe that he's the Christ, the Son of the living God, and by believing have life in his name. Now it's been 30 years at least. John's on the Isle of Patmos, and he's in the Spirit on the Lord's Day. And he sees a vision given by God about not just John's future, but what we understand is also about our future. John didn't know that it'd be 2,000 years before these, and even more before these events would come to pass, but he was told to write what he saw. And so what I thought I'd do is I'd give you a heads up about where we're going to be over the next 9 weeks. Of course, tonight I'm providing the outline, and next week we'll go straight into chapter 1. While we won't have time to go verse by verse, we will cover each chapter and by headings and overviews in such a way that you'll feel comfortable reading the book of Revelation in a language that you can understand. We want this study to open wide the door of you appreciating and valuing the book of Revelation. So next week is chapter 1. And then the very next week will be the letters to the churches that God told John to write, to Ephesus and Philadelphia and Pergamum and Thyatira and Sardis. And so then after the letters of the churches, the very next week will be seals and trumpets and bowls. Oh my! You see, these ways that God reveals himself through seals and trumpets and bowls and signs will be introduced in that week. And then the very next week, we'll take them one at a time as we continue to move through the book. We'll look at the scroll itself. Then the very next week, the trumpets. And the week after that, the signs. And then finally, the bowls. Then there's a big shift, and by week 9, we will look straight on at the return of Christ in glory and power. And then we'll wrap it all up the way the book of Revelation does, with a new heaven and a new earth. The book of Revelation is not a book to fear. It's a book to celebrate. It's a book to be joyful. If you know Christ, you have this hope built in your soul. And I'm thrilled that you're going to be a part of it. We also have a new Facebook page called Bible on the Go with Dr. Dan. Feel free to like it, where we can put all the news about our YouTube channel and the videos coming up. And before we go, if you haven't subscribed yet, you've been valuing what we do, go ahead and subscribe so you can keep getting reminded of new content, and hit that bell and like it on your way out of the browser. And may the Lord richly bless you in this study on the book of Revelation. Praise God!